The little dots on the side of the road are called when you start swerving, you go dum 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 dum. Anybody?
Yes.
They're called dots. They were made by a guy who did ceramics, and his first job, they were first made by ceramics, now they're made out of plastic and things. Ceramic things like this, I made out of ceramics in high school, last for thousands of years. Archaeologists find them all the time. Just pots and pans. It shows the artwork of the people and how they, through the years, cultivated it. Ceramics is very dirty, gets everywhere. There's powder on here. So today I'm going to teach you how to hollow out a ceramic project, as it says. Ceramic projects make really good gifts for people. It's not, big bag of clay costs like $8, and you can make like 20 things for Christmas, anything. And I think gifts that are made by people are more special. The first thing you'll need to get started is a nub of clay. A nub of clay is just a little bit of clay that you use to make your projects. This is a wet piece of clay. You can pass it around. Kind of gets dirty, so I wouldn't squeeze it everywhere. It's just a wet piece of clay. The best thing is to keep it hydrated so it's moldable. Today I'm going to teach you how to hollow out a sphere because it's one of the easiest shapes, but you can make many shapes like Jose is doing. Make cones, squares, masks, but I'm going to teach you how to hollow it out. You go until you get it to a circle that you like. And when it's you think it's right, you take it. You normally let it dry till it's leather hard, and leather hard is when it's still, you can mold it still. It's still pliable. It still can move around. It's still moldable. It's still able to be shaped. The way you let it dry, you let it dry slowly in a damp room, and it slowly evaporates water out. It's hard to put water back in. It's really easy to get it out. Once it's leather hard, which I have one right here, we're going to cut it in half using a knife. And it's good to mark the project so you can put it back the way it normally was. And you cut it in half, and you take a tool and start hollowing it out, the inside, leaving clay. You want to leave it a ½ inch. If it's too thick, it won't cook right, and then it'll be all wet on the inside, and if it's wet, it'll explode all over people's projects, which makes them really mad, because I've had that many times, where I have an amazing project and then somebody's explodes all over mine, and it takes out a wall of mine. You want to keep filling the depth to make sure you're not going past a ½ inch, because if it goes past, you could go right through the wall like that, and just take. I have 2 already hollowed out, so I don't have to. The next thing you do is you're going to score your project, and basically you make little X's all over the sides of the ½ inch where you put it back together. The easiest way to do it is with a comb, to just score both sides of the project. The reason why we score is because when you're putting the project back together, it'll go like this, and it will usually fall apart when being heated. But if you score it, it's like this, so they hook together and stay. Then, after you score both sides, you take slip. Slip is like clay that kind of looks like toothpaste. It's wet and gooey. And you put it all over the scored sides of it helps it to keep it, kind of acts like glue. Helps it to keep it together. You find the mark and put it back to where it was, and if you wiggle it, it stays together easily. The next step is to add a coil. You need to use fresh clay, not leather hard, because if you don't, the coils kind of dip and you'll have this huge line in your project that you don't really want. Unless you do, then you don't have to use a coil. You trip the coil around and press down on it lightly all the way around the project, so it kind of looks like Saturn. You let it sit till it's leather hard most of the time. It's easier if you let it sit till it's leather hard. And then you take this, just kind of like a cheese grater, and you begin to peel the sides off, cheese grate them off until it gets smooth. And it's, if you ever grated cheese, you can do this, it's really easy. Then when you grate them off, open them apart, you begin to smooth out the sides so the line's completely gone and the cheese grate marks are gone. You want to keep it smooth, or else you get all these bumps everywhere that just feel weird. You want to get fired. And when you like the way it's done, after you have it, you let it sit for a little while till it gets hard. And it's really important to poke a hole in the project, because if you don't, it'll explode because the air is trying to evaporate out of the project, and that's how you hollow out a project. I kind of think clay is like our life. We can mold it any way we want. Like if someone wants to be certain things, you can do whatever. You can take pieces of it, change it, make it flowers, whatever you like. And that's and I know a person once said, your life is like a piece of clay. Don't let anyone else mold it for you. So mold it how you want. That's it.